Okay, so building off our next shape, we will create some stars. So to get rid of all of these random polygons that I have on here, I'm going to use my selection tool, select all of them, and hit the delete button on my keyboard. So my next shape tool that I'm going to use is the star tool. The star tool again is going to work the same way as the other ones. So I could click and drag out a star, or I could click once and tell it the number of sides that I want. So it will go down to 3 or the number of points, sorry, not the number of sides, or I could choose 12 or whatever I want. As I am clicking and, oops, sorry about that, as I am clicking and dragging out my star, notice mine is sort of fat and not very pointy. I could press and hold Control on my keyboard, and then that adjusts sort of the skinniness or fatness of your points. So as I pull out, it's continuing to make my points skinnier and skinnier. If I want to, I can hit the Alt key on my keyboard and it makes it fat again. So I could again press and hold Control on my keyboard and it makes it skinny again. So that is a nice little option built in to my star tool. Of course, the colors again work the same way, so notice I just swapped mine. So right now, it's hard to see a little bit, but I'll click off of it. Right now I have a stroke color, which is that bright blue, and no fill. I could hit this little arrow here to swap those. Oops, I have to click on my object. So hit the little arrow. It's like, it's not accepting when I click for some reason, but I can click this little arrow and it'll swap the fill and the stroke. So now I have a fill color of blue, no stroke. So again, I have the option to change my colors. If I want to choose a color that is not one of these swatches right here, of course I can still double click, choose any color under the sun, and even I could do the same thing for my stroke color as well. So maybe I want an ugly star is what that is. But again, I have control over all of that. The other thing that I want to show you, and let me get rid of these so they're, again, not cluttering up our space. And I am going to go back to, let's just choose a fill color. That's not white. So I'll choose my star tool again. I can click and drag out my star. While I'm doing that and my mouse button has not been released, I can hit the up or down arrows on my keyboard to increase or decrease the number of points to my star. So that is pretty handy. So if you are creating a star and you want to change it kind of in the middle of the creation of it, you have that option. And again, of course, I could press and hold the spacebar and move that star around, and then I can also decrease or increase the number of points. So I have all sorts of control over how I'm making my star as I'm making it or after I am done making my star.